talking now, and we have the great pleasure of having Shelly Gaynor in here with us. You're very welcome to Disability Matters, Shelly.
Thank you.
And it's great to talk to you. Tell us a bit about, you're involved in disability for a long time, aren't you?
I am. I'm involved realistically since I was 18, but I got really involved when I started living in my own home 16 years ago, and now I work for Independent Living Movement Ireland as a peer mentor, so I'm very much involved for a long time. And I suppose I started learning about, the whole philosophy and independent living and what it actually means when I got my own PA at the age of 18. And then I done a lot of college and done business studies, and then went on and done a CE. That's how I got to know your Geraldine Rooney, because she started here doing the CE, and I was over in Balbriggan, out in North County Dublin. So from there I kind of got more heavily involved, and now I work for ILMI as the peer mentor, but I used to be the chair.
Oh, very good.
Of
ILMI?
Yeah.
Wow.
So then a paid decision came up, so I left the board and tried my luck at that, and luckily I got the position, and 6 years later still stuck with me.
Very good. And I'm more blessed because of it.
Thank you.
It's great to have you fighting the cause, and it's a hard cause to fight.
Is, but one that needs to be done, because I'm getting older now, but disability is part of human condition, so it's not going to go away. There'll always be people that will either be born with disability or become disabled, so the fight needs to go on.
When I started here, they said that 12% of the population had a disability. Now it's 20%, and with the Asian population it's going to get more, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Like, everyone thinks that I'm alright, Jack. Yeah. Everyone's okay till they're not okay. And it makes people more aware of what disabled people need and want within their own lives.
You could have forecasted, because a lot of kids who were born in the 60s, 70s, were born into families that were very big, 8, 10 children.
Yeah.
There are 8, 10 adults now coming to the end, or coming to older age.
Yeah.
And getting all the disabilities that older people get.
Yeah. Age is a factor, and then, like illnesses that nobody expects, MS or,
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can happen to anyone. So I think nowadays people are more aware of disability, and like when I was growing up there wasn't really SNAs. Now we hear about SNAs regularly on the telly.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Which we would have never heard of in my day, and I'm not even that old. I'm 46, but in my day, someone with my level of disability, which is cerebral palsy or CP, like, that wouldn't have been an option to go to the local, national school, where now you have kids 2, 4 and 5 starting with their siblings, which is the way it should be.
Absolutely.
And no segregation. So that's the way the future should be.
As part of your role as chair, do you work with government?
I'm no longer the chair because I'm on the payroll.
Oh, okay.
I'm the peer mentor. So I support people in their journey to independent living. But I have been in and out of all as peer mentor, talking about the importance of getting PAs, what a PA is as opposed to what they're not, and the fact that carers and PAs are very, very different, and that the disabled person should always have the rights and choice of anybody else. Just because they might use a cane to get around or a wheelchair doesn't mean that my wants or needs are different than anybody else. But with the right support, I can do anything that a non-disabled person can do.
Brilliant. I think the government have a plan to come up with a cost of disability payment for people who have disabilities, who are on disability allowance, which is meagre enough.
It is, very much so.
I think they're very slow to get to it.
Yeah.
But they will get it.
I think we had a consultation yesterday within ILMI about the cost of disability, and it's going to be a tricky one, because lots of people say that disabled people shouldn't be means tested, where I don't think that's going to necessarily work, because if you think of all the disabled people that are currently on DA, so technically they're all legally entitled to it, well then the payment might be very, very small. Where I think, although it's controversial, I do think, last year or the year before we had the green paper and people were open arms. But the good thing about the green paper, I thought, was that the government were thinking it out, because my level of disability and the next person's level, we both might be equally disabled, but we have different needs and different wants. So I do think there should be different payments depending on the level of disability.
Yeah.
Because €20, a core payment of €20 to everyone that's currently getting DA won't really make any difference. So I'd rather someone that needs it gets a bit more than I do.
Absolutely. And a tenner in the last budget is derisory.
Yeah,
when you think about it, isn't it?
What will a tenner get you now? Like nothing. It won't even make any dent on any bill that you get in the door. I mean, my last gas bill was €300. So I mean, what's €10 going to do?
It's not even going to spit on it.
No.
Big day today, International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
It's great to be able to celebrate it with like-minded people with disabilities as well as people without disabilities.
Well, that's it. We're all human.
Yeah.
And we're all the same. When we take off our clothes, we all have the same features. That's
it.
And that's what we have to remember, because I think with the protest there on Saturday, it was like, I was looking at some of the commentary in the media online, and people were like, well, what else do they want? They had their blue badges, but it's not about what else do we want. We just want equality. And if you can run at home in 240 or whatever the full DA is, well, then you're doing very well. Because I work part-time, and I'm struggling. So to run any home in 240 is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You take the average gas bill now for many of our members within the ILMI, and I'm sure in BCIL, has been the highest ever. Yeah. So my gas bill was €300. If I was just living on 240, how do I pay that?
Yeah, and that's it.
That's not without a slice of bread.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's very derogatory.
It is.
When you think about it, it really is a slap.
It is, because during COVID they had the COVID payment of $350.
Yeah.
But a disabled person is meant to live below the poverty line on a regular basis. I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, people shouldn't have had to lose their job, but it was the nature of the scenario. But yet the government were able to give $350 out like that. But the disabled people are asked to live a lot lower always.
I got annoyed that last time's budget gave loads and loads of money to developers and landowners and landlords and everything. Billions.
We can't give to our own people.
That's disgraceful.
We need money to live. And there's a big push on equality now. Within government now, we have the new disability strategy, which is great, but on the ground, I wanted people to be living, not surviving. A lot of disabled people that are now living away from residential and institutionalised care, which is brilliant. But if they can't afford to live a decent quality of life, well then they might as well be in a residential home, because they can't go anywhere. They have no freedom, because to go outside the door, it costs money.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now, there is a thing. That thing that's happening today, International Women's Day, is fantastic. Our show has been going for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, you've been around.
And we've spoken to hundreds and hundreds of organisations that provide services to people with a disability, and it's almost always women. Where would disability services be without women involved?
Well, I think women are a key, because we're drivers. Like, we know. Like, I don't always think it's a gender thing, but I do think women are known to be fighters, and I always think with my own mother, they're known to be. They don't give up without a fight. Like, I mean, they'll do what they need to do. It's kind of within our nature to be driven and passionate about what we need to do. I think that's something that men can't really say, where a woman will think they're dig their heels in more than a man, you know?
Yeah, big time.
Like, my brother often says you're like a dog with a bone. Like, once you get an idea into your head, you just see it through. And I think that's women are fiery and they don't let go.
Oh, they are, my God. Try come home drunk one night and then you find out how fiery they are.
Yeah, exactly, you know, they don't give up. And I think that's why but when I started out in disability kind of, you know, activism, believe it or believe it not, a lot of the founders of independent living were men. So now, Geraldine will tell you, now the circle has changed. Good. There are a lot more females.
And that's for the good.
Yeah, it is. When I started out as a young 18-year-old, it was all men around me. Yeah. And now it's kind of, the tide is changing.
And the place that you're working in now is different because women got into it.
Well, I was I won't say the first chair.
You were one of them.
I was one of the first women chairs of what is now ILMI, so it was a great honour to say, yeah, I did that for 18 months. Like.
Now, will you celebrate the day?
I will probably go out for a bit of lunch later. It's my mum's birthday, so
we'll
probably do something like that. And the day that's in it as well, why not? Like,
why not? Now, you're here with NBCIL, Blanchetown Centre for Independent Living, and there's a lot of activities have taken place. There's cake sale, there's been bingo, there's all kinds of stuff that ladies get involved in. Will you take part in some of them?
I want to meet some of your new people and say hello and, you know, connect. That's the thing. I think so often we don't really connect the way we should. I mean, we do an awful lot of stuff within ILMI that's on Zoom, but you can't be being in the room with like-minded people and getting to know each other.
I think there's some very good people out there who are working in the lower levels of independent living. But who have great ideas.
Yeah, and we always need fresh blood and we always need new people coming up. Like,
you should set a day, as you said, a Zoom call and talk at everyone.
Yeah, we within ILMI, I'm sure you guys get the newsletter within BCI. We're constantly meeting with our members and finding out what they want to get out of their life and trying to support them in the best way possible.
Isn't it brilliant?
It's good, yeah.
That's why today you celebrate women.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by 3 men. And them useless men that you talked about.
Well, we both need each other, don't we? So
we all need each other. We're all involved in one fight.
Yeah, that's
Shelly, thanks a million for speaking to us on BCI.
Thanks for having me.
Disability Matters. You're very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.